And a happy Thursday to you. Now that we're clear of the All-Star Game, it's time to get back to the regular season in Major League Baseball. Seattle hosts the Houston Astros tomorrow night at T-Mobile Park in the first of 3 games in a battle for first place for the American League West. Mariners are 52-46, while the Astros are 50-46. Tomorrow's game starts at 7:10, and you can watch the action on Root Sports Northwest. There was quite a dramatic ending to the West Coast League All-Star Game in Bellingham last night. It came down to a bases-loaded situation with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth, with the North trailing the South 2-1. That's when Kelowna's Gavin Jones came through with a walk-off 2-run infield single to win it for the North. The game was televised on the MLB Network. Wenatchee catcher Jonathan Fitz started that rally with a leadoff single in the bottom of the ninth.
So another guy turning around this summer.
And that one's laced into center field for a base hit. It's a leadoff single for Jonathan Fitz to get things going here in the ninth for the North.
Find a gap somewhere, get that exit velo cranking. Missed.
Down for ball 4, and it's first and second to get things started in the bottom of the ninth.
Every single at bat the rest of the way is going to be somebody trying to be a hero or thinking about being a hero.
Riley Paulino's not going to have to do much as the first one glances off at him, and the tying run is 90 feet away, and the winning run 2 stations away now for the North Division here in the bottom of the ninth.
Yeah, this is a situation where you don't want to, you feel like you're going to have to start pitching away from the middle of the plate, especially after you give up that first base hit.
Noonan singled to load the bases his last time up, and it's 1-1, bounced too short. They'll get the out at the plate. The throw to first, not made there by Woodcook, but a great job to hold on to it as Spencer Shipman, who has moved over to short. No, check that. That is Tai Yukamoto at short. He's the one to get the out at the plate.
Hohenstein might have to go outside the zone to put away this game.
2-2. Oh, just off the plate inside. Hohenstein thought he had it. And Zachary Burr, the home plate umpire, disagreed. Full count, the runners are going to be off.
Looked like this pitch was in, too. And look, everything he's throwing, see the breaking ball middle of the plate or fastballs up and away. You can see where the catch is set up as well.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 gone. Bases loaded in a 1-run game. Runners away. Ground ball left side. Stopped on the dive. A run scores, and the go-ahead and winning run will score as well. It's a walk-off victory on the infield single for Gavin Jones, and the North has pulled it out, a 3-2 win.
Gavin Jones trying not to do too much with that pitch. He's getting something to hit into left field. But we talked about some of the hesitancy on the base running, holding guys up at third base throughout this game. 0 hesitancy with that trail running, coming around second base. Even though that ball was trapped at shortstop, big 2-run single. Right there, 3-2 count. Wow, what a way to finish this game.
The Apple Sox Fitz was 1 for 1, while Max Hartman went 0 for 2 at the plate last night. Quincy Vassar pitched a 1-2-3 6th with 8 strikeouts. Wenatchee returns to West Coast League play tomorrow night with the first of 3 games against the Yakima Valley Pippins. Speaking of which, NCWLIFE channel will broadcast tomorrow night's game live with our pregame scheduled for 6:30. Join yours truly and Brandon Schmitten for the play-by-play right here on your television home for the Apple Sox. Well, Bellingham, Wenatchee, and Kelowna are in a 3-way tie for first place in the North Division's second half at 5-4. As we take a look at the standings, Nanaimo and Port Angeles are a half game back at 4-4. Turning to the south, Ridgefield is 9-0 in the second half and a half game in front of Portland in the South Division. Bend and Corvallis are 3 games back. Well, a record sockeye run will mean an early opening for fishing at Lake Wenatchee. As of yesterday, in their nearly 48,000 sockeye had been counted at Tumwater Dam. According to the State Department of Fish and Wildlife, 23,000 sockeye are what they need for an escapement goal. Director of Sales and Marketing for Mack's Lure Company, Bobby Loomis, gave NCWLIFE Channel a little how-to on how to fish for those salmon when it opens on Monday morning.
You can't fish bait up there. You really don't need to fish bait, truthfully. You know, it works quite well. A couple red hooks, smile blade, some beads, big dodger. You know, you're on the game, man.
It seems that the majority of the boats, if you're on a boat and you're lucky enough to have a boat to fish it, head to the upper end of the lake. Is that where you like to go, or are there other places that we could try where we're not going to find so many boats?
There's actually a lot of places to go. Everybody heads up to the other end because those fish go up and stack up there. That's where they end up basically staging and heading up the White River. But there's a lot of places in the lake, all you got to do is just look around a little bit. You know, they're going to hug the edges predominantly. That's why you see most everybody fishing around, you know, peripherally around the edges. They're not out in the center of the lake. But, you know, you just look around a little bit, because you'll find places where current seams, some type of edge, you know, something, an underwater rock or something that comes out that will harbor fish. All you got to do is believe your electronics.
Okay, so if you're going fishing Monday morning, Lake Wenatchee, what are you putting on?
I'm going to put on a double D Dodger has a what we would call a UV glow tape on the outside of it. And I'm going to fish with a UV glow smile blade, or possibly a lemon lime UV. I'll have both of them on with rods out there. But that and a few beads. That's what I'm going to start out with.
A 4-fish limit for sockeye begins at dawn Monday morning and is scheduled to last until the end of August. Anglers are reminded that there are parking restrictions at Lake Wenatchee State Park with limited availability. We have more on the opener on our website. Just go there at NCWLIFE.com. By the way, Fish and Wildlife is closing the Wenatchee stretch of the Columbia River from Rock Island Dam to Rocky Reach Dam for Chinook fishing beginning Saturday morning. That will affect the Wenatchee Salmon Derby's second day. Anglers will have to fish above Rocky Reach to Wells Dam for kings during the final day of that derby. The stretch of river will remain open for sockeye fishing with a daily limit of 4 fish. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Thursday.